So today I platinumed Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, an adventure platforming game that follows the story of two brothers, Naia and Naiee, who set off on a dangerous quest to cure their sick father. With stunning views, brain-crushing puzzles, and some of the weirdest trophies I've ever seen, it seemed to be the perfect game to platinum at 35,000 feet. In my journey to complete one game for every letter of the alphabet before I hit 500 subscribers. With a round trip to and from Portugal taking about 5 hours, was it possible to collect all 14 trophies before completing my flights? Yes. Here's how it went. The story begins with Naiee as he witnesses the drowning of their mother in a violent sea storm. Transitioning into the present day, the mother's ghost appears to comfort them, before Naiee calls him over to help with their sick father, as I began the painful task of learning the controls. With the game originally being designed to be played co-op, or at the very least with a controller, I was facing 3 issues. 1, I was playing solo, so I had to control both brothers. 2, I was using a keyboard, so I also had less control of the characters. And 3, I have no friends. Coming across our first puzzle, we learned how the game took advantage of having 2 protagonists, with them both having separate skill sets. The older brother is the stronger of the two, allowing him to do things like pulling levers, while the younger brother being smaller means that he can reach higher places and fit into tight spaces.
Nice.
So we needed to manipulate their abilities in order to progress. But before that, we took a trip down to the beach to skim some pebbles. With how long it took me to learn the controls and the spontaneous trip to the beach, when we reached the healer's house, I was surprised that the father was still alive. But he was dying. I mean, I can't say for sure, because the characters speak like the Wii characters.
Okay.
Learning of a special medicine in the Tree of Life, the two set off to gather it, before reaching a water crossing, and we learned that, like his mother, Naiee too couldn't swim. After using his brother as a flotation device, the pair make it downstream before being locked out of the town by this dude, as we're forced to find another way in. Once inside, we were able to interact with loads of objects around the world, like the benches, which gave you an awesome view of the landscape. While working through the town, we were blocked again, but Naiee managed to squeeze through a fence and set a dog on the guy. To progress out of town, we got this guy soaking wet, before heading across the bridge into the village, where the first 2 trophies became available. For the first one, we needed to take the ball off of a girl and throw it into the hoop, so it sounded easy enough, right? Yeah, it took me like a solid 5 minutes to figure out that all I needed to do was stand further back. We then gained the second achievement after taking the girl's ball and throwing it down the well, leaving her crying. And a little bit of unsolicited booty slapping later, we were on our way to the next section. Coming across the next puzzle at a farm guarded by a dog, we had to drop down with one brother to draw the dog away from the other brother, so that they could reach a safe zone. Or not. Reaching the other side, we came across a house with a bird in a cage, which we needed to set free to set up a trophy later on. With another 3 trophies available in this section, the younger brother needed to run on the wheel to lower the bridge, so the older brother could grab a sheep to do the running instead. With the area now fully open, we were free to grab a sheep and spin it around until it threw up. Before taking that same sheep and giving it the reverse Michael Jackson treatment by dumping it in a campfire. And then we did the same thing to a white rabbit. Progressing further up the mountain, the brothers met a troll that kind of looked like Andrew Tate mixed with Shrek. For reasons unknown to us, he was upset, but we'll learn why in about 30 seconds. Agreeing to help the brothers, they used his strength to scale the mountain. But remember how I said I was playing on a plane? After literally being tossed about by Torbeck, the 3 made it to a waterfall. Up to this point, everything had been peaceful and it felt almost harmless, but that was all going to change by the end of the game. The bottom of the waterfall led to a mine, which gave a bit of a steampunk vibe. It was filled with cogs and machines that the brothers could use to move forward. The game did a pretty good job of making puzzles take some brain work without them being too hard.
Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy!
Basically, if you just explored the game, you'd pretty easily figure out what you needed to do. Pretty much the whole mine section was jumping from one point to another while simultaneously progressing each brother. It didn't feel like a waste of time at all. That was until the brothers came across a female troll locked in a cage by the miners. F***ing miners, man.
Officer, right there.
For reference, this is why Torbeck was upset earlier. To free her, the brothers needed to grab a key conveniently attached to an ogre's arm. Seeming simple enough, Naiee squeezed through a fence to grab the key. Yeah, it turns out we needed to avoid the bones on the floor and also walk slowly to avoid alerting the ogre. We died a lot here because do you know how hard it is to control your speed on a keyboard? When we made it back with a key, we freed her, causing the ogre to attack, but all we needed to do was trap him in a cage. Working with the female troll to escape and reunite her with Torbeck, the brothers found themselves trapped in an arena with a huge ogre. Basically, there were 3 chains holding the center of the floor together, and when the brothers were in the ring, the ogre would charge, and we needed to bait him into breaking the chains. When all 3 chains were broken, we could use the lever to open the floor while he charged to drop him down the hole. But after doing this, I did have to just check something. Making it to the other side of the mine, the brothers said their goodbyes before heading further on their journey and finding themselves camping with the wolves for the night. Now, the positive is here that Naiee didn't die. but we did get an achievement for seeing a shooting star. There wasn't really too much going on in this chapter, other than the section where the tree roots were literally coming to life and trying to kill me. Oh, and Naia beat the shit out of Naiee, but coming to, it turns out that he was just dreaming of his brother's fists.
Get some help.
Moving on, the pair come across, well, let's just say quality Logan Paul video material. After helping the guy out, we grabbed a gift from a burning house and gave it to him. A little later, we needed to reach a fort across the valley, leading us straight to this guy, who goes by the name The Inventor, and I think it's pretty clear who they based him off of. He happened to have a glider that we could use to fly over to the fort, but before that there were 2 more achievements available in this area. First, looking through the telescope, we were able to see the bird that we set free earlier. Next, heading upstairs and blowing into the Inventor's pipe, we got him to do the shuffle, giving us another achievement. With all the achievements gathered, we moved on and flew the glider straight into a mountainside. In all honesty, it wasn't too hard to control the glider, but that didn't stop me flying directly under a waterfall and unaliving myself again. Successfully performing a standard EasyJet landing, the brothers arrived at the castle, beginning what I'm going to call the paracord problem. Basically, one brother would hold onto a ledge, while the other one would swing to the next one, and so on. The issue? My brain can't handle that many inputs. We basically needed to scale the entire castle using this method, and I'm not even joking, I was so focused I must have looked like a McDonald's worker trying to figure out how much change to give on a £5 tip. Surviving the climb and reaching their destination in a giant's bedroom, the brothers needed to solve another puzzle to free a bird, who then let them catch a free ride to the land of the giants, before, well... This section was kind of f***ed up, because clearly a huge battle had happened and we were just passing through the aftermath. Most of the puzzles involved moving the bodies out of the way in some weird and completely unnecessary way. But hey, at least we got to blow in a battle horn. Moving further along the path, the brothers came across a group of tribesmen, worshipping the blood of the giants and ready to sacrifice a pretty young woman. Yeah, I'd hold off on that for just 1 sec. With the goal of saving the woman, Naiee got on top of Naia's shoulders and started making some extreme constipation sounds. Yeah, I don't know either. But it worked. The 3 of them then headed to the docks to escape, before Naia asked for directions, leading them to setting sail with her, before quickly taking a detour under a blooded waterfall to witness the tribesmen vibing the f*** out. Heading back on path, we came across what I thought were peaceful and gentle whales. Well, I was wrong, and really wrong. Finally arriving, the woman used a suspicious amount of strength to pull the boat on land. Working their way across the ice, they came across a huge turtle, and scattered around were 4 of her hatchlings. So we helped slide them all back on down to their mother, allowing them to continue their journey. But before that, if you've enjoyed this video so far, why not subscribe and stick around for the future chaos? I'm trying to 100% one game for every letter of the alphabet before I hit 500 subscribers. If I fail, I'll have to do a forfeit chosen by you guys. So comment down below what game you want to see me 100% next. We stream most of the games live on the channel, so why not come and catch them live? I've also left the links to all of my socials down in the description. Thanks, nerds. Right, let's get back to it. A little later we sat down and took in the view, giving us the final achievement. Now all that was left was to finish the game, so we cut down a tree to make a bridge to the other side of the mountain, where we were able to slingshot both the woman and Naiee into a castle. Inside the settlement was an invisible, well, I have no idea because it was invisible, but the woman was acting sus again. Throughout this section, the invisible monster would patrol, and the characters would need to hide behind frozen people to stay out of sight. That is if the player controlling them understands the concept quick enough though. The brothers' luck runs out later though, as the monster literally takes the roof off to attack them, leading to a life or death chase, ultimately leading to the monster dying.
Yeah, boy.
Following the woman, she leads the brothers to a cave entrance, and heading inside, it very quickly became clear that Naia got catfished.
What the hell? Oh my god!
This was the game's final boss fight, and basically Naiee needed to gain some speed in the ball by running up the wall and ploughing into the spider, at which point the spider would start breakdancing, giving Naia a chance to run over and rip a leg off, one by one by one by one. With the skilled removal of the final leg, the spider died, but also stabbed Naia in the chest.
No, god damn it! Fuck!
Carrying Naia out of the cave, the brothers are caught in an avalanche, leading them straight to the doorstep of the tree. Desperate to save his brother's life, Naiee sets Naia down next to the tree before rushing up to gather the healing water. But returning back to the base of the tree, it was too late, as we're forced to bury Naia. But at least the controls are going to be a lot easier now. Catching another ride from a bird, Naiee sees all of the people that helped him on his journey before being dropped off on his home island. The issue being that he now needed to swim over to the healer's house. With some encouragement from the ghost of his mother, he decided that he couldn't do it. I mean, we all know how that worked out for her. But with the voice of Naia spurring him on, he was able to make the distance, reaching the healer's house and saving his father. Coming to the next morning, next to the pebbles where it all began, Naiee joins his now well father to mourn.
Take me off. Cut this off.
Honestly, picking up this game, I had no idea just how simple and fantastic the story was going to be. But 14 trophies and minus one brother later, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons was officially completed. Subscribe for a booty slap.